What's up, everyone? Happy Sunday. So we're back onto another Bible study. So it's kind of crazy to actually think this is our fourth Bible study on this channel that I've recorded. So we're basically a month into this, which is absolutely insane. That went by so quick. So I don't know. It is currently Thursday when I'm pre-recording this, so I don't know if it's still going to be August when this video is uploaded or if it's going to be September. So if we're in the months when this video comes out, it's September, guys. That's insane. Oh my gosh. I just had a reality check today. I literally woke up and read this thing online saying the last 4 months of 2024 is going to be the biggest plot twist of your life. And I was thinking, gosh, last 4 months? And then it came to realization to me, oh my gosh, we're in the last 4 months. That's insane. I can't even believe that. It feels like 2024 just started. My brain is still stuck in February and March. That's where I feel like we're still living. But so anyways, we're gonna move on to that. So last week we ended off at Genesis 9:18, and then I had some other things I had to do. I just was not feeling good last week, so we're gonna hope this week is a better week though to film this. So let's go ahead and let's get started. So Genesis 9:18, the sons of Noah who came out of the ark were Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Ham was the father of Canaan. These were the 3 sons of Noah, and from them came the people who were scattered over the whole earth. Noah, a man of the soil, proceeded to plant the vineyard. When he drank some of its wine, he became drunk and lay uncovered inside the tent. Ham, the father of Canaan, saw his father naked and told his 2 brothers outside. But Shem and Japheth took a garment and laid it across their shoulders, and then they walked in the backyard and covered their father's naked body. Their faces were turned the other way so they wouldn't have to see their father's naked body. When Noah awoke from his wine and found out what his youngest son had done to him, he said, "Cursed be Canaan, the lowest of slaves will be to his brothers." He also said, "Praise be to the Lord, the God of Shem. May Canaan be the slave of Shem. May God extend Japheth's territory. May Japheth live in the tents of Shem, and may Canaan be the slave of Japheth." After the flood, Noah lived 350 years. Noah lived a total of 950 years, and then he died. Alright, so Genesis 10, the tables of nations. This is the account of Shem, Ham, and Japheth, Noah's sons who themselves had sons after the flood. Alright, so there's in the Bible now it's just talking about all the sons of Japheth and stuff, and the list is just going on and on and on, and I'm not gonna be able to pronounce probably not even half these names. So I'm just gonna put all the names up here on the screen and you guys can read them if you like. If not, we're gonna just go ahead and move on. So pause the video and read it if you'd like to. But that's gonna take quite a while for me just to sit here and just try to figure out what's the best way to pronounce it. So moving on. Alright, so on to Genesis 11 now, the Tower of Babel. Now the whole world had one language and a common speech. As people moved eastward, they found a plain in Shinar and settled there. They said to each other, "Come, let's make bricks and bake them thoroughly for mortar." Then they said, "Come, let's build ourselves a city with a tower that reaches to the heavens, so that we can make a name for ourselves. Otherwise we will be scattered over the face of the whole earth." But the Lord came down and see the city of the tower the people were building. And the Lord said, "If as one people speaking the same language they have begun to do this, then nothing they plan will be impossible for them. Come, let us go down and confuse their language, so they will not understand each other." So the Lord scattered them from there over all the earth, and they stopped building the city. That is why it is called Babel, because the Lord confused the language of the whole world. From there, Lord scattered them over the face of the whole earth. And I'm sorry if my reading there was completely all over the place. I have no idea what happened there, but so basically in more of me explaining this. So what those 2 people did is they wanted to use something of God's to get famous and make a name for themselves. They wanted to use God for clout. And so whenever God saw this, he's like, yeah, this is not going to be happening. So everyone, can you imagine in the world, everybody just speaking one language? just say we all spoke English, like we'd all understand each other. There would be like no confusion in the languages and stuff until those people decide they build a tower to get close to God and like make a name for themselves. God's like, yeah, no, that's not gonna happen, so I'm gonna confuse your guys' languages so you guys can't be building stuff like this. And so like even then today, like I'll see videos of like people like they'll be using God for clout. Like it's insane. Like I'll be watching this video and they'll be like, here, pray with me for a minute, and then I'll watch the whole video and then they'll be like, alright, now I need you guys to like and subscribe. And I'm like, you don't use God for clout, that is so wrong. Like so now we're just gonna go ahead and move on to the next part. So it's talking about Shem and Abram's family. So I'll just go and take a picture and you guys can read it here on the screen because, again, I'm not going to be able to pronounce, like, probably half of these names. And so then we'll move on to the next one. Alright, so Genesis 12, the call of Abram. The Lord said to Abram, go from your country, your people, and your father's household to land I will show you. I will make you into a great nation, and I will bless you. I will make your name great, and you will be a blessing. I will bless those who bless you, and whoever curse you, I will curse. And all peoples on earth will be blessed through you. So Abram went as far as the Lord had told him, and Lot went with him. Abram was 75 years old when he set out with Haran. He took his wife Sarah, his nephew Lot, and the possessions they had accumulated, and the people they had occurred in Haran. And they set out for the land of Canaan, and they arrived there. Abram traveled through the land as far as the site of the great tree of Moreh and Shapham. I hope that's how you say the names. At the time the Canaanites were in the land, the Lord appeared to Abram and said, to your offspring I will give you this land. So he built an altar there to the Lord who has appeared to him. From there he went on toward the hills east of Bethel, and pitched his tent with Bethel on the west of Ai on the east. There he built an altar to the Lord and called on the name of the Lord. Then Abram set out and continued toward Negev. Now there was famine in the land, and Abram went down to Egypt to live there for a while because his famine was severe, and he was about to enter Egypt. He said to his wife Sarah, I know what a beautiful woman you are. When the Egyptians see you, they will say, this is his wife, and they will kill me, but will let you live. Say you are my sister, so that I will be treated well for your sake, and my life will be spared because of you. When Abram came to Egypt, the Egyptians saw that Sarah was very beautiful, a very beautiful woman, and when Pharaoh's officials saw her, they praised her to Pharaoh, and she was taken into his palace. He treated Abram well for her sake, and Abram acquired sheep and cattle, male and female donkeys, male and female servants, and camels. But the Lord inflicted serious diseases on Pharaoh and his household because of Abram's wife Sarah. So Pharaoh summoned Abram. What have you done to me? He said. Why didn't you tell me she was your wife? Why did you say she was my sister? So I have took her to be my wife. Now then, here is your wife, take her and go. Then Pharaoh gave orders to Abram and his men, and they have sent him on his way, and his wife, and everything he had. So Genesis 13. So Abram went off to Egypt to the Negev with his wife and everything he had, and Lot went with him. Abram had become very wealthy in livestock and silver and gold. From the Negev he went from place to place until he came to Bethel, to the place between Bethel and Ai, where his tent had been earlier, and where he had first built an altar. There Abram called on the name of the Lord. Now Lot, who was moving about with Abram, also had flocks and herds and tents, but the land could not support them while they stayed together, for their possessions were so great, and they were not able to stay together. And quarreling across between Abram's herders and Lot's, the Canaanites and Perizzites were also living in the land at the time. So Abram said to Lot, let's not have any quarreling between you and me, or between the herders and mine, for we were close relatives. Is not the whole land before you? Let's part company, if you go to the left, I'll go to the right. If you go to the right, I'll go to the left. Lot looked around and saw that the whole plain of Jordan toward Zoar was well watered, like the garden of the Lord, like the land of Egypt. This was before the Lord destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah. So Lot chose himself the whole plain of Jordan and said toward the east. The two men parted company. Abram lived in the land of Canaan, while Lot lived among the cities of plain, and pitched his tent near Sodom. Now the people of Sodom were wicked and were sinning greatly against the Lord. The Lord said to Abram, after Lot had parted from him, look around from where you are, the north and the south, the east and the west, all the land that you see, I will give to you and your offspring forever. I will make your offspring like the dust of the earth, so that is, if anyone could count on the dust, then your offspring could be counted. Go walk through the length and breadth of the land, for I am giving it to you. So Abram went to live near the great trees of Mamre and Hebron, where he pitched his tents. There were built the altar of the Lord. So now next week we'll go ahead and work on Genesis 14. We've actually made it quite far in the Bible today. So that's what's going on right now. So like all these names, I'm just trying to like process that there's like so many different names in the Bible, like it's crazy. Like, so that's basically all for today. Thank you guys for joining in. I'll have to see you guys next week. If you have any questions about what we talked about today in the Bible, go ahead and leave them in the comments and I'll go through them and I'll answer them the best I can. So anyways, I'll have to see you guys next week. Have a great day. Bye.